Hello, and welcome to another job training and preparation video. Today, we'll be focusing on highlighting your marketable skills. And today's video is also sponsored by the Miguel Contreras Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit. So the objective, what direction do you want to take your search? The point of the video is to help spark a few ideas of what direction to take your job hunt. It may even help you realize that you already possess a few more marketable skills than you may think. The idea is to find the best match, taking your qualifications and your given experience and aiming for the right job where you can grow and build a career. Remember, much of these skills and techniques discussed are not tricks and can't simply be used on their own. They are not a substitute for hard work. You still have to do the legwork, find the job, and get the job done. So important points to remember. These strategies discussed are best used in coordination with drive, hard work, and your vocational training if you have some. Every day, you should be doing something to build your career, one step closer to your ultimate goals. Whether it's watching videos such as these, going on LinkedIn and researching your given sector, reading different articles, or even networking and making connections in your field, day by day you should be chipping away. So what we want to do is focus on framing your argument. Ensure that your experience fits. Bring your personality, flexibility, and willingness to learn, and action-oriented language. Let's dig a little deeper into some of these concepts here and see how they might be tailor-fitted to your situation and how they work for you. Ensure experience fits. When you're looking at an application, look for the keywords and terminology being used on the job description. Make sure that some of these keywords also are on your resume. Any direct experience in a certain field or transferable skills, they should be highlighted. Bring in your personality. Stand out and make sure you are remembered. Also, keep in mind recruiters and managers are people too. Oftentimes, what a job boils down to is the employer asking themselves, can I work with this person every day for years? Be yourself and make certain the first answer that always comes to mind is a yes. This doesn't mean overdoing it or being a character. Just make sure you're comfortable in your own skin and you represent who you are. Flexibility, willingness to learn. This is an important one. Recruiters and companies are passing over many other qualified candidates and making an investment in you if they ultimately choose you. Make certain they are confident in you and your abilities. Demonstrating a willingness and eagerness to learn and continue training is always a good way to achieve this. It shows that you're dedicated to the job and you're dedicated to the mission. An action-oriented language. We'll go into a little more detail on this in the next slides, but keep in mind keywords like manage, utilize, conducted, oversaw, created, or even tracked. These and many others are some of the terms where you can better describe your task in an action-oriented manner. So let's look at a closer example. Here is a job description for a call center coordinator for PIH. This is a health organization in Southern California. But look at the skills that they require. Look at the top bullet point here. Critical thinking, problem-solving skills. Can you think of a time where you had to think critically or solve a problem where it wasn't immediately available the solution? Demonstrated ability to communicate. How might this work in your past? Was there maybe vocational training? Was there a time where you led a church organization or an opportunity you had working in a past job? Tie this into the story of you. Make sure you create that narrative and how it can tie into the job here. Knowledge of customer service. This is an important one. Most companies, most organizations are going to have some type of customers or clients. You have to know how to interact with those that are different from you, have different levels of education, and how to present your argument in a professional manner. So you want to make sure you not only have a good, strong command of these skills, but that they're woven into your story. Make sure that these are demonstrated in your resume and your cover letter so that employers can see that you have a good command of these, but we'll also find out why these specific words and terminology are important in the next slide. Applicant tracking software. It's something that is widely used throughout many industries and is a major disqualifier for many applications. Essentially, what it does is filters for specific keywords for a job. So if your resume does not include these keywords or a minimum number of these keywords, it's automatically filtered out of the pile. 70% of resumes are rejected at this initial stage. They never even reach a human eye. So you want to make sure that you're doing the proper prep work and research for the job you're looking for and fill out the online application appropriately and get those keywords and terminology into the resume, cover letter, addendums, or whatever other opportunities you might have to present yourself. Overall, you want to have strong vocabulary and be able to present yourself in the best manner. Here's a few examples that we can go into detail a bit more. Dependable, quick learner, multitasking, communication. These are all very important. Let's start with quick learner. Many companies don't have the time or resources to really invest in proper training and to have you go through months long or weeks long tutorials. It's basically on the individual. You have to learn quickly. You have to essentially hit the ground running. And if you're able to demonstrate that and you show that you're aware of this, employers will appreciate that. Multitasking is another one. Many employers will rather unfairly at times ask you to take on the work of, say, 2 or 3 individuals. A lot of times you have a lot on your plate. Your ability to show I can take on these tasks, perform effectively without sacrificing quality will make a strong case for you. Make sure you have examples to show this. Ability to work under pressure, troubleshoot problems, ability to adapt, and attention to detail or others. Let's look at a couple of these closely. Ability to work under pressure. Many times you're dealing with multiple clients or customers, you're working under deadlines, or you have strict parameters in which you can operate. You have to show that you can do quality work within these parameters. That's key. And let's say the last one, attention to detail. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what job, you can be a barista at your local coffee shop. Your ability to focus on the details of any customer service based job is important. Employers are going to key in on this. So here's a few more as well for strong vocabulary. And remember, you want to have these included in the story of you. So get as many of these into the resume and have strong examples, but you want to make sure you back these up with a cover letter. Even online applications, you'll be able to submit a Word document or a PDF document of your cover letter. So let's take a look at a couple of these. Teamwork, problem solver, leadership, self-motivated. Let's start with the last one here, self-motivated. A lot of times, or many times rather, employers want to see that you come in with a positive attitude, you bring energy to the job, and that you like working there. They don't want to constantly have someone looking over you. They don't want to spend time and resources making sure that you're doing the small task of the day. Make sure that you have examples to show how you're a strong candidate and that you're self-motivated. Positive energy, language skills, computer knowledge. These are all very smart and essential skills as well. Language skills, if you possess them, that makes you a strong candidate. Many are bilingual or multilingual households that need services. This will set you apart from others. Computer knowledge. It may be something that you learned in high school, vocational training, or you did online yourself. Remember, there are online tutorials for all sorts of things: PowerPoint, Excel, or even social media. Keep these in mind and create a better narrative for yourself. So, setting yourself apart. As mentioned before, always include cover letters and addendums. Don't miss out on opportunities to further explain how you're the best candidate. A cover letter will show that you know how to communicate in a persuasive and concise manner, and addendums are always helpful. These can be letters of recommendations or other certificates or qualifications that you may want to discuss. If there's an opportunity to present it, make sure you get it in there. If working toward a degree or a certificate, mention it. If you haven't completed it yet, list your expected date of graduation. And always be concise and make an impact. No one wants to read a long, multi-page kind of story about yourself. As interesting as you may be, people don't have time to read those things. So make sure you make a persuasive and concise argument that makes an impact. And if you have any further questions or want a better explanation on any of these concepts, feel free to contact us at the email address below, info@miguelcontrerasfoundation.org, or at the number listed. Best of luck to you. Thank you.